Okay, so we get into that foundation that is the third temple. Okay, because the third temple is a spiritual temple which represents the body of Yahweh Shah. All right, that's what that third temple represents. Okay, we're all building blocks of that body. Okay, okay. So that third temple that was to be built is a spiritual temple. Okay. These damn Khazars, these rats, these Edomites, these damn heathens, okay? Talking about they done built the third temple, man. The third temple is a spiritual temple, okay? And it doesn't involve you damn Edomites, that's for damn sure, okay? You're the last person that it involves, all right? The basis of men, okay? I'm gonna go to 2 Kings, all right? Because we're gonna get these different accounts. 2 Kings. Okay, because that first temple was a physical temple, okay, and it was built during the reign of Solomon, okay, you know. But I'm gonna grab this 2 Kings 25, I believe. All right, this 2 Kings 25. I'll start at verse. I'll start at verse 8. It says, in the 5th month on the 7th day of the month, which is the 19th year of King Nebuchadnezzar, or Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came, Salah, how you pronounce it? It said, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came, Nebuzaradan, captain of the guard, a servant of the king of Babylon, unto Jerusalem. And he burnt the house of the Lord, and the king's house, and all the houses of Jerusalem, and every great man's house burnt he with fire. And all the army of the Chaldeans that were with the captain of the guard break down the walls of Jerusalem round about. Okay, so they went up in there, okay, and it was burning down the buildings, okay? All right, and that was by decree of King Nebuchadnezzar, okay, which was king of Babylon, okay, which today Babylon is in Iraq, okay. And all the army of the Chaldeans that were with the captain of the guard break down the walls of Jerusalem round about. Now the rest of the people that were left in the city, and the fugitives that fell away to the king of Babylon, with the remnant of the multitude, did Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, carry away. But the captain of the guard left of the poor of the land to be vine dressers and husbandmen. Okay, so they put our people in slavery, okay, when they did that, all right? And the pillars of brass that were in the house of the Lord, and the bases, and the brazen sea that was in the house of the Lord, did the Chaldeans break in pieces and carried the brass of them to Babylon. And the pots and the shovels, and the snuffers and the spoons, and all the vessels of brass wherewith they ministered took they away. Okay, so they raided the temple, okay, and they took they took the precious things out of there, okay, and brought it back to Babylon, okay. And the fire pans and the bowls and such things as were of gold in gold, and of silver in silver, the captain of the guard took away. The 2 pillars, 1 sea, and the bases which Solomon had made for the house of the Lord, the brass of all these vessels was without weight. All right, so they took all the precious things, okay, and brought it back onto Babylon, man, okay? That's what that was referring to, okay? Which is when the first temple got burnt down, okay? Which was by the Babylonians, okay? By King Nebuchadnezzar, all right? All right. Okay, and that happened around, I believe, around 586 BCE is when that took place, okay? So around 586 BC, okay, is when the first temple was burnt down by the Babylonians, okay? It says the 2 pillars on 1 sea and the bases which Solomon had made for the house of the Lord, the brass of all these vessels was without weight. The height of the 1 pillar was 18 cubits, and the chapiter upon it was brass, and the height of the chapiter 3 cubits, and the resin work and the pomegranates upon the chapiter round about, all of brass, and like unto these had the second pillar with wreathen work, okay? So they took down the temple, all right? That's what they did, okay? When they raided the land, they burnt our temple, okay? All right? And that took place in 586 BCE, okay? By the hand of the Babylonians, okay? You know? But ultimately, the Babylonians fell, okay? To the Medo-Persians, right? They took over what was known as Babylon at that time, okay? Okay, which that came to pass around 539 BCE, okay, is when the what you would call the Medo-Persian Empire, they went into Babylon and they conquered that area, okay? All right, around 539 BCE, all right? Okay, and he was taken down by King Cyrus, okay, which was the first king of Persia, all right? Okay, so around 539 BCE, okay, is when King Cyrus, which was the first king of the Medo-Persians, all right, went into Babylon, okay, and took over that region, okay? So the Babylonians initially, they raided our land and burnt down the temple, which was the first temple in Jerusalem, okay? And they stole the gold, the silver, all the precious things, the pots and all that, the altar, okay? And they burnt it down and took the valuables, okay? So I'm gonna go to Ezra, because Zerubbabel had favor in the Medo-Persian Empire, okay? And upon that favor, all right, he initiated the rebuilding of that second temple, all right? Okay. Go to Ezra 6. Slack it. This is Ezra 6, and I'll start at 1. It says, Then Darius the king made a decree, and search was made in the house of the rolls where the treasures were laid up in Babylon. Okay, so those treasures, okay, was what they stole from the first temple. Okay, so those treasures were laid up. Okay, and Darius was a king of the Medes. Okay, with Salakia, the Medo-Persians. Okay, all right. It says, Then Darius the king made a decree, and search was made in the house of the rolls where the treasures were laid up in Babylon. And there was found at Salakia, Achmetha, in the palace, that in the province of the Medes a roll, and therein was a record thus written. In the first year of Cyrus the king, the same Cyrus the king made a decree concerning the house of the Most High and Jerusalem. Let the house be builded, the place where they offer sacrifices, and let the foundations thereof be strongly laid, the height thereof 80 cubits, and the breadth thereof 80 cubits, okay? So Cyrus, okay, left back a decree, okay, to allow us to rebuild that temple, okay, that the Neo-Babylonians burnt down, okay? In the first year of Cyrus the king, the same Cyrus the king made a decree concerning the house of the Most High and Jerusalem. Let the house be builded, the place where they offer sacrifices, and let the foundations thereof be strongly laid. The height thereof 80 cubits, and the breadth thereof 80 cubits, okay? So it was a decree by Cyrus the king of Persia, all right, to have that second temple be built, okay? But it was followed through by Darius, okay? All right? But that decree ultimately came from Cyrus, all right? With 3 rows of gray stone and a row of new timber, and let the expenses be given out of the king's house. And also let the golden and silver vessels of the house of the Most High, which Nebuchadnezzar took forth out of the temple, which is at Jerusalem, and brought unto Babylon, be restored. and brought again unto the temple, which is at Jerusalem, every one to his place, and placed them in the house of the Most High. Okay, so everything that them damn Babylonians stole from us, okay, King Cyrus commanded it for them to give it back to us. Okay, all right, and to issue in that second temple. Okay, all right. Which I believe that second temple, okay, was fully built. I believe it was about around, if I'm not mistaken, in the 510 CE or AD. CE, same thing. CE, I believe stands for current era, all right, or Christ era. Slide. Yeah, Christ era or current era. Okay. Okay. So they decreed for us to build back up that second temple. All right. All right. So I believe around between, I say between 510 and 520 or so. Between 510 and 525 was when the second temple, okay, was reestablished. Okay. All right. I say about 510 to 525 BCE, I believe. Okay. All right. And that temple stood all the way until the Romans laid besiege to Jerusalem in 70 AD. Okay. All right. And a lot of these heathens, when they seen that power, okay, when they seen the restoration of Israel, okay, they wanted to build that temple with us, okay? But it wasn't for them, okay? And I'm gonna go back. This Ezra 4, and then I'll start at 1. This Ezra 4 and 1. Now when the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin heard that the children of the captivity builded the temple unto the Lord power, the God of Israel, then they came to Zerubbabel and to the chief of the fathers and said unto them, let us build with you, for we seek your God as ye do. And we do sacrifice unto him since the days of Esarhaddon, king of Assur, was brought up hither. All right, so these heathens wanted to build with us, okay? They wanted to be partakers of that righteous covenant, all right? But it's not for them, okay? And Zerubbabel is going to let you know that it's not for them, that he did not allow them to help us build that up because it's not for them. The Lord does not deal with them on that fashion, okay? But Zerubbabel and Jeshua and the rest of the chief of the fathers of Israel said unto them, ye have nothing to do with us to build an house unto our power. But we ourselves will build unto the Lord power, Yahweh Ba'al Shah, the God of Israel, as King Cyrus, the king of the Persia, has commanded us. Okay, so these heathens, they wanted to build with us. Okay, they wanted to come to the Lord with us. All right, because the Lord does not deal with these heathens in that fashion, man. Okay, so they wanted to build with us. All right, but they weren't allowed to. Okay. Then the people of the land Then the people of the land weakened the hands of the people of Judah and troubled them in building. Okay, so they started messing with us. Okay, trying to put more labor on you. Okay, to try to mess with the establishment of that temple. Okay, just try to agitate the people, Israel, while we were building it back up. Okay, because they weren't part of that covenant. They weren't part of it. Okay, it wasn't for them. All right. Okay. That's like you trying to join into a club that you have no membership in that club, okay? How are you going to join into that club when you don't belong to that club? You don't actually have membership in that congregation, man, okay? That's the same thing with them heathens and our forefathers, man, when it came to building up that second temple, man. Okay, but we're in a time where that third temple is being reestablished, okay, which is a spiritual temple, man, all right? I'm going to go to 1 Corinthians 3. This is 1 Corinthians 3. And this verse 9. It says, for we are laborers together with the Most High. Ye are the Most High husbandry. Ye are God's building. Okay, so we are the Lord's building. Okay, so that third temple is a spiritual building, man. Okay, and I'm going to read that again. That's 1 Corinthians 3 and 9. It says, for ye are laborers together with the Most High. Ye are the Most High's husbandry. Ye are God's building. Okay, so we are that building. We are that temple. Okay, in this reestablishment of the children of Israel, we are that temple. Okay, you know, that's what he was saying there. According, this verse 10, according to the grace of the Most High, which is given unto me as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation, and another buildeth thereon. But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereupon, okay? Because when we bring people into this truth, when people come into the truth off of learning and watching these videos, people that you talk to, that's you laying a foundation, a spiritual foundation for them to build upon, okay? But Paul said to take heed upon how every man buildeth thereupon, okay? Because you want to make sure that your house is solid. You don't want to be building up with no Darwinism, false philosophies, these ideologies, no damn Roman Catholicism, all right? This damn juice, false ass Christianity out here. You don't want to build up your temple with that, because it's going to be weak. It's going to be weakened. It's not going to be real, okay? You're going to be building up with things that are not profitable to you, man, okay? And eventually that false wisdom is going to come out. It's going to show, okay, by what you see out here, okay? And we're going to see where these congregations and these churches, what they do to people like Joel Osteen and all the damn prosperity pastors, man. They're going to be found out to be liars, okay? They're going to be found out to be false, all right? This is verse 11. For other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Yahushua HaMashiach, okay? So the Lord is the one who's going to be ultimately the one that lays that foundation, okay? And he uses men on the earth to do it, all right? And as you're building upon your foundation, all right, the Lord is going to sup with you for you to actually build up with solid stone, things that cannot be pushed over, man, things that cannot be gainsayed, okay? All right? Things that cannot be trumped with any false bravado that these damn demons got out here, okay? To justify their actions, all right? You know, we'll go to Ecclesiastes 3, you know, because the Lord said there was going to be a time to gather them stones together, okay? And we in that time now. Those stones represent the children of Israel as the building blocks of this third temple, all right? Okay. This is Ecclesiastes. Slakia. It's Ecclesiastes 3, and it's verse 5. It says, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, man. Okay? So the Lord said there was going to be a time to cast away those stones, which represents the children of Israel. Okay? And we were casted away. All right? But now we're in a time where the Lord is bringing back the elect. He's bringing back that 144. Okay? Reestablishing them tribes, man. Okay? That's the time we're in now. So the Lord said that there was a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. Okay? Which represents those building blocks of this temple. Okay, those stones, that stones are solid, okay? So the Lord is only looking for solid men, okay? All right? Solid soldiers, okay? So we're in the time of that gathering. I'm gonna go to 1 Peter 2. 1 Peter 2. First Peter 2. I believe it's verse 5. Come. This 1 Peter 2 and 5, it says, ye also are lively stones, are built up a spiritual house, and holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to the Most High by Yahushua HaMashiach. Okay, so the Lord said it was going to be a spiritual house, built up a spiritual house. Okay. So that's what that third temple is. It's a spiritual house, okay, where the elect will dwell, congregate, rehearse, okay, prayer, fast, and rehearse these righteous acts until the time be fulfilled, okay? But with that, I'm going to close up once again. All praise, honor, and glory to my power. Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakal, Kodash. All right? Double honor to my apostles and my elders that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutations to Yahweh Shalom, Yahweh Bashim Shah, Bashim Kokwadash, Barak Athum, to the sincere Akim, to the hopeful elect, to the people that's seeking, that's pushing this truth in in sincerity, man, to the pushers. Stay strong, we're almost out of here, man. This is the year of the turn up, okay? And these prophecies are going to continue to turn up out here, okay? And we're going to get up out of here pretty soon, man. Okay, back to Jerusalem, okay? So with that, Yahweh Shalom, man. Stay strong.